Ito po. Ayun. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Ayun. Okay. So, okay, let's start. So our course is ITRACK B1, Web Systems and Technologies, Web Design. So may pumapasok pa sa Google Meet. Wait natin. Good. Okay. So I will discuss first the syllabus
So
for
our course is
ITRACK B1. web systems and technology with web design. So may pumapasok pa sa Google Meet. Wait natin. Good. So I will
Okay,
discuss
let's start.
first the syllabus
So
for
our course is
ITRACK B1, Web Systems and Technology with Web Design. So may pumapasok pa sa Google Meet. Wait natin. Okay na? So start na tayo. Ano? It's already 1:45 p.m. Hello, Chad Valesa. Hi, Eva. Hi, Jerome. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Zarina.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hello, Mark Andrew. Nessie, Rosalind, Rogelyn, and William Howell. So thank you for connecting with me in Google Meet. So our topic for today is basically the course orientation. Ano? Um, we'll start with the syllabus. So I will discuss first the syllabus, which I already uploaded in our GC. So our course is ITRACK B1. ITRACK B is web systems and technologies. So the first part of the ITRACK B is the web design. So that's ITRACK B1, and then the ITRACK B2 will be e-commerce. The B3 will be the advanced or the web programming, which includes web-based system or website development with which is database driven. Okay, so our description for this course. So this course introduces intermediate to advanced web design techniques. Topics include customer expectations, advanced markup language, multimedia technologies, usability and accessibility practices, and techniques for the evaluation of web design. Upon completion, students should be able to employ advanced techniques to create high impact and highly functional websites. So based on our description, we will be making a website. So each of you should create a website, a functional website. So from the beginning of our course, or in the beginning of our course, we will be planning about your website. So here you will submit a proposal or a website proposal, which includes the website that you will create for who, or for a certain agency, for a certain store, or others. It's up to you. But the requirement is only those agencies, companies, schools na wala pang website sa internet and no duplication of websites. So at the end of this course, you should have an output, which is a functional website, which you will upload in the internet. So this course is a 3-unit course, 2 units lecture, and 1 unit laboratory. The prerequisite of this course is ITP 212, Introduction to Human-Computer Interaction. This is a 5 contact hours per week course, 2 hours lecture, and 3 hours laboratory. So our schedule is MTH, Monday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So that's 2 hours for lecture, and then 3 hours for laboratory, which is every Thursday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The course outcomes. So at the end of the course, the student shall be able to, first, assess published website whether it conforms to the technical specifications and guidelines set by the World Wide Web Consortium. The W3C gives the standards. They set the standards. So all websites should follow these standards. You can check the w3c.org site to look into the specifics of these standards. So at first, you will be checking websites from the internet and see if these sites conforms to the standards set by the W3C. So that is, you're going to assess the published website. Second, you're going to design web pages using HTML5, cascading style sheet, and JavaScript following industry standard web design techniques. So since our course is web design, the technologies that you will use are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a CSS framework to make your site responsive. So here, you are obliged to design web pages using these technologies, which follows the industry standard techniques. The third CO will produce functional, flexible, and versatile style sheets for a website project. So basically, your website project is yun na yung website na gagawin nyo for the whole duration of this course. So you need to create a functional, a flexible, and a versatile website. Fourth CO, you're going to apply appropriate web standards from standards bodies such as W3C in designing a website. And lastly, the course outcome number 5, design a high-impact, accessible, functional, and responsive website utilizing web framework and presentation technologies in support of a diverse online community. So, your website should be functional at the end of the course. It should be accessible. It will be uploaded on the internet. And you're going to use a framework. So here, we will use the Semantic UI CSS framework to make your site visually appealing. So those are the course outcomes for this course that we have. For the outline, the course outline, the first chapter is about the web design. So here, I will discuss the modern web design process, the web technologies, the web standards and web accessibility standards, and evaluating a website, or how will you evaluate a website. So the desired learning outcomes for this chapter are the following. Discuss the process of modern web design, describe various web technologies, discuss web standards, standards bodies, and explain why accessibility issues are an important consideration in designing our website. For the teaching or learning activities, face-to-face instruction, lecture, brainstorming, interactive discussion, programming, demo, guided hands-on programming session. Now, the face-to-face, it depends on the recommendation of the IATF. If we'll be allowed to have face-to-face or just a limited number of students per group. So we will schedule the face-to-face. So during the face-to-face, of course, you'll be having your hands-on activities. For the online learning is through the LMS. So here for our course, we'll be using the Google Classroom. I will be uploading in the Google Classroom all the lectures for this course while you are waiting for the flash drive, the on-the-go flash drive that the Catanduan State University will provide you. The flash drive is loaded with the modules for all the courses you are enrolled, not only for major courses, but also in your general education courses. For the assessment tasks, we'll be giving quizzes, assignments, activities, exercises, and projects. Instructional resources and materials, of course, presentation, modules. Module is loaded doon sa OTG nyo. And we will schedule the distribution of this OTG once it is delivered in our college. Of course, you need to have laptop. It's a must. It's a must that you have a laptop or a smartphone because you'll be creating sites, you'll be coding HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So how will you code if you do not have a laptop? Pag IT ka kasi, dapat kailangan meron kang laptop talaga. Because hindi mo mapapractice yung skills mo. And of course, internet connectivity. For Chapter 2, HTML and HTML5, structure, semantic, and syntax. These are the topics. Introduction to HTML document setup, the metadata, the page content sectioning, text content, inline text semantics, image and multimedia, embed content, table markup, forms, and interactive elements. So here in this chapter, you'll be creating websites. So you're going to use HTML to structure a web page which contains the header, the footer, the navigation menu, and a sidebar. And you're going to build HTML pages with text, links, and tables. And you're going to embed media content on your web pages. And you're going to design web user interfaces and create web pages that uses interactive elements. For chapter 3, the CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. So here, we'll give you the introduction to CSS and the CSS3, the CSS Basic, the CSS Box Model, and the CSS Advanced. So you're going to use the CSS to create style sheets for your website. So you're going to link your CSS to your HTML web document. So for chapter 2, it deals with creating your web pages. Web pages in the sense that you need to prepare the content for your website. For the CSS, it is the design. So there's a separation between the content, the HTML, and the design for the CSS. And then you're going to just create a code to link these two files. So naka-separate yung CSS file natin, and then you're going to link the HTML document to your CSS. Kaya when you browse that when you browse the web site, in your browser, makikita mo na visually appealing. So that is because of the CSS. So doon ka sa CSS if you want to create visually appealing or presentable na websites. So that covers the midterm period, the web design, the HTML, and the CSS. So once we're done with these 3 chapters, you will have your midterm examination in the campus. So you will take your midterm exam as scheduled or depende sa gusto nyo or before the scheduled midterm exam. So let's say, yung modular kasi, so ang flexible learning is that module-based, modular. Ibig sabihin, bibigyan kayo ng module, so depende sa inyo yung phasing na yon. So kung tapos na kayo, doon sa 3 chapters natin for the midterm period, you can approach me, you can say, you can message me and inform me that you want to take the midterm exam before the schedule. To schedule that na hindi magsabay-sabay. Yun. So that covers the midterm period. For the final period, I will discuss here the JavaScript. So here, I will give the introduction of the JavaScript, the basics, the conditions, the loops and functions, and the events. For E pala, and also the JavaScript and document object model. And for Unit E, responsive web design. So I will give a lecture on the concept of responsive web design, the features of web design, and the popular responsive CSS frameworks. And then you're going to build a responsive website using semantic UI CSS framework. So it's like a bootstrap. If you're familiar with the bootstrap, okay na yun. But here in our course, we will use the semantic UI. Mas ano kasi siya eh, mas malinis. Mas malinis yung design niya. As para sa akin, mas malinis yung semantic UI. So that covers the final period. So once you're done with our topics for the final period, you can have your final exam. But the modules for the final period will only be given once nakapag-take na kayo ng midterm exam and you pass the midterm exam. Okay? For suggested readings and references, there are a lot of resources from the internet. Maghanap lang kayo doon sa internet, all about our topics. Andiyan naman yung outline natin. Check mo lang sa internet. Dito, I provided the links for tutorials and others. And course requirements, written outputs in this course, such as assignments, quizzes, sit work, and problem set of exercises, must be submitted before the end of the semester. Special permission must be requested from the instructor professor before the due date. And then, take the midterm and final examinations at the campus. So, meron tayong due date. Meron tayong due date. Hindi pwedeng wala. Because all of the chapters, meron po yun. At the end of every chapter, meron pong output. So, for chapter 1, I will require a website proposal. For chapter 2, which is topics on HTML, at the end of the chapter 2, you need to execute your website proposal. So here, gagawa na kayo ng pages nyo, web pages. So here, sa chapter 2, kailangan meron na kayong content. Nakagather na kayo ng data na ilalagay nyo sa website nyo. And then pangatlo, for Unit 3, the CSS, you're going to put styles in your web pages. So that will be the output for CSS, Unit 3. And then for Unit 4, the JavaScript, you will be embedding JavaScript codes to your HTML pages. And then, for the fifth one, you'll create a responsive website. So, yung mismong website na ginagawa nyo, you will make it as responsive. Pag sinabing responsive, it adjusts to the screen size. So, your web pages should adjust to the screen size of the gadget. So, sa laptop, sa desktop computer, sa smartphone, sa tablet. So, kailangan, pag tiningnan ito sa mga gadgets nito, kailangan hindi distorted yung appearance ng website nyo. So, again, meron po tayong deadline, meron po tayong output every chapter. For the course policies, online policies, students are required to enroll in the learning management system. All materials relevant to the course will be uploaded in the LMS, including assignments and quizzes. But actually, doon sa module na ibibigay sa inyo, ando na yung assignment, ando na yung quizzes. And in addition to that, gagawa tayo ng Google Classroom. And still, I will be uploading there our lessons. So additional lessons, additional resources, or assignments, doon natin ilalagay. And submissions will be done doon na din. For number 2, compliance to requirements shall be uploaded through the LMS. So compliance to requirements, shall be uploaded. Ibig sabihin, you will be uploading yung mga requirements na binigay ko sa inyo. If you need to submit the output for Unit 1, upload nyo doon. So that is on or before the set schedule, unless otherwise the mode and the date of submission are revised. Students are required to join the group chat through the messenger. Updates, announcements shall also be posted through the medium as an additional platform of dissemination. And plagiarism is penalized under BOR number 29, series of 2019. Hence, shall be avoided. Now, when you create your website, there should be no duplication. Wala dapat na duplication pag gawa nyo ng website. You need to create that from scratch para matuto kayo. Kasi you will never learn pag hindi kayo ang gumawa ng website nyo. So, this course is part of the ITRACKB, which is Web Systems and Technologies. So, ano ito? Continuation ito. Mula dito sa web design, then e-commerce, then web programming. So, it's very important na magawa nyo yung requirements dito sa web design. Kasi mahihirapan kayo pagdating nyo sa e-commerce and web programming. Hindi na i-discuss yung basics pagdating sa web programming. So, doon kasi sa web programming, nandun na yung database. May connection na siya sa database. Alin ba yung web programming? It's like the Facebook. Diba? Paano ka nag-create ng account sa Facebook? Diba? Nag-sign up ka. So, doon sa sign up, you provided information, personal information mo, and then yung username mo, and then yung password. So, once nag-sign up ka, it is saved doon sa database ng Facebook. Now, pag login mo, you will provide the username, you will provide the password. So, yung provide mo na information, after clicking login, it should check if merong nag-match doon sa sinupply mong data doon sa database. So, it should check ito. So, halimbawa, select all from profile where username equals ABC and password equals 123. So, i-check nyo ngayon, meron ba doon sa field, sa table, meron ba doon sa table ng username? And doon ba sa username field na yon, meron ba doon na entry na ABC? And password na 123. So, pag sinabing end, kailangan pareho, ga-exist. Nag-exist itong dalawang data doon sa database mo. So, pag mali yung password mo, so ABC, and then lagay mo 1, 2, 3, 4. Click mo si login, di ba? Invalid. Walang nag-match. Although merong username, pero mali yung password. So, hindi nag-match, hindi ka makakapag-login. Pero pag nag-match yung dalawa, you can log in. Makikita mo yung profile mo. Makikita mo yung timeline mo. So, it's very important that you do the requirements of this course para hindi kayo mahirapan pagdating nyo sa web programming. Because yung output nyo dito sa web design, continuation siya ng web programming. Lalagyan na lang yun ng database. So, once maayos, functional yung website mo dito, it's easy for you to include the database, the server-side scripts. Yun yung sa database para maka-add ka ng data sa database, maka-retrieve ka. Dalawang klase kasi yung scripts. Dalawang klase ng scripts. The client-side scripting language and the server-side scripting language. So, dito sa course natin na ito, na web design, we will be dealing with the client-side. Client-side scripts tayo. Kumbaga sa front-end. Front-end lang tayo. So, pagdating nyo naman doon sa ITRACKB3, you will be dealing with the back-end. So, meron ka ng front-end dito. Pagdating doon sa ITRACKB3, the back-end. So, mag-incorporate ka na ngayon ng mga SQL statements or the structured query language such as select all or update, ganon. So, you'll be connecting your website to a database. So, it's very important. So, I really suggest that you do the requirements of this course. So, the website is individual. This is a major course. So, hindi pwedeng grouping. Naka-group kayo. You should be working on your own. Okay, and no duplication. Makikita ko din kung nangopya o hindi sa internet. Alam ko yan. And I will be asking questions once nag-upload kayo ng requirements for every unit. I will ask questions once na hindi kayo nakasagot, ibig sabihin, hindi kayo ang gumawa ng website na yan. Okay? So, pag-aralan nyo yung modules natin, and I really suggest that you should have a laptop and internet connection. Pero, okay lang naman kung walang internet connection, data lang. So, yung makakuha ka lang ng information or announcement from the instructor and other details. Basta meron kang laptop na magawa mo, yung requirements ng course na to. Importante yun. Because before kayo magtitake ng midterm exam, titingnan ko yung output nyo from the 3 chapters. Requirement yon, yung website na yon, na naka-incorporate kayo ng CSS doon sa website nyo, nagawa nyo yung website proposal nyo for the midterm period. So you will be showing that to me before you can take the midterm exam. So, any questions with regards to our syllabus? You can use the chat box here. Any questions po? May tanong po ba? So I'll just be discussing the syllabus lang. Ito lang yun. So may tanong po ba? May tanong po kayo? So I will be providing you the Google Classroom code later. Hello? Okay, so wala daw. Walang tanong. Okay. So since walang tanong, I do not really know you personally, di ba? So please make a self-introduction video where you can pwede nyo upload sa Facebook, just send me the link, or sa YouTube. Self-introduction video wherein to get to know you. So I want to get to know you, each and every one of you. So gumawa po kayo ng self-introduction video. Hello? So kung wala pong tanong, so let's end our session this afternoon. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you for listening. Keep safe, everyone.